I'm gonna clip this because I need I need the evidence broken down, bro. I really need the evidence broken down because it just don't make no sense to me, bro. Why women think that the process of which relationships happen have changed. The process of relationships have not changed, bro. They haven't. They haven't, and it blows my mind that women think that they just deserve to get everything up front, and men don't get nothing in the back end but presents. Not presents, presents, which is the most idiotic thing in the world. You're not a geisha. You're not the Queen of England. You're not the king. You're not the Queen of Madagascar. You're not royalty of any kind. You don't serve your purpose as you should. You don't culminate. Keep using that word because I mean, you don't cultivate any kind of progress to your atmosphere. And women think, oh, just because I'm a woman and a man wants me means that he should do everything possible to get me. Why? Are you a house? Are you a car? No, you're not. Those are depreciating value. Those depreciate in value. Getting a depreciating asset does not make sense, right? So why would I go out of my way, fight the world and myself to get a bitch who does not cultivate anything progressively in her atmosphere? That's why, you know, for a long time, I've told myself, and I still tell myself, I won't pursue a girl who does not reciprocate initial attraction. I know how to let a woman know what I'm feeling without telling her. Easy. If you're a real man with emotional intelligence, you know how to navigate around women. I'm gonna say one thing. I'm a healthy ass nigga, bro. Like straight up. I'm a healthy ass nigga. Like ignore the Henny bottle because I just cracked this open, so I'm just trying to get my drink's worth before I put her to sleep because I'm only gonna drink to the top of the name label because I had a bottle of this before from the Bahamas. Gone in a week, bro. Gone in a week, bro. That's why I told give me some rum. Give me back some rum, and now we cooking. But this Henny, the hen dog don't last with me, bro. I love Henny, bro. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I grew up sometimes in a hood setting. People would say, "How you not from the hood? Nigga, you don't know me." Uh, yeah, bro. I just mm, mm. I just love what Henny do to you on the inside. It just make you feel like fuck. It make you feel like fuck. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I just love that feeling of fucking something. Oh, gotta have it all day. But nah, like, all right, hear me out. I'm an advocate for not convincing a woman to be with me because I think that is where we got disconnected from the chivalrous times in the 80s and the 90s, which was only 30 years ago, bro. The 90s was only 30 years ago where women would be walking down the street, look at the nigga that they want, and once you're past your 180-degree spectrum of sight, you supposed you supposed to keep that shit locked. Like what happened to the chivalrous women? People think chivalry is only for men. Do you know what chivalry means? It means the concept of compassion through manners. That's it. That's all chivalry is. If you look at what chivalry was back in the day, it was a concept of manners You can say it either way. The concept of manners with compassion or the concept of compassion with manners. It don't matter. It's me showing people that they don't have to be royalty in order for me to be humble and selfless. That's what chivalry is. But women decided to feminize it and oh, chivalry is for us. It's to show. It's for us to know that a man cares. And no, bro. No, bro. Yeah, a man cares about people, not you. It was the chivalrous acts that made men and women come together. Like I said, you walking past the nigga on the street, you looking at him. That's your step one is looking at the nigga walk by you. Then you keep it going. You drop something while you know the man looking at you. You know how many times I would see that shit in them old time movies and be like, damn, man, if only women knew how to spit game, like how they're supposed to spit game. If you want a man to be that type of man for you, or knight in shining armor type of nigga, then you need to be a damsel in distress. You bitches ain't damsels. You bitches ain't damsels, bro. I ain't met not one damsel in distress since I've been out of high school. I ain't met no damsels in distress in high school. Only damsels in distress in high school was failing math. And them's the bitches that want to get paid for doing nothing. And it's like, yo, I understand. I understand what lack of chivalry is doing to society. It's making it seem like men really don't give a fuck about what's going on in or out of their society or their community or their atmosphere. And it's true. We don't give a fuck about it no more because back in the day, and I say back in the day, I'm 27? 27, right? Anyway, 27, back in the day was high school. All right? In high school, do you understand how simple it was to get a bitch? Not even. Let's go to middle school. Let's go to middle school. Not even. Let's go to elementary school because I had the most bitches at elementary school, and that was just because I was being me, right? Not only did I get bitches in elementary school, that was where my criteria started. I got the baddest bitches in elementary. That's I got the top tier cutie patooties in elementary school. Bad bitches for elementary kids. It's just not a good context I want. I got the top tier cutie patooties on campus at elementary school. How? Being myself. Being myself is so fruitful for your life and everything that you want because when you're just yourself, people understand your genuinity. I was so much of myself, I would walk up to the girls that I wanted and be like, wow, you must look just like your mother. Go home, tell her I said she's beautiful. I done did three things just now. One, told the girl she's pretty. Two, told the girl I know where she get it from. Three, I told her go home and tell your mom about me. Oh, who said that? Oh, my friend Kari. Oh, your friend. Your friend complimented me like that. He must like you. Boom. I don't even have to do nothing now. I don't even have to do nothing now because your mom just did half my job for me. But regardless, if a nigga call you cute, what that mean? Oh, he might be interested in me. But the point behind this whole spiel is women don't reciprocate that energy no more. Women have gotten to this feministic level of outlook on the world that they think they can sit their pretty half naked ass anywhere and have niggas of high echelon caliber, elite status men ogle at their feet when they're naked. And to me, I don't really care. I don't really care. Power to the nudity because I'm an advocate for being naked privately. And do what you want. Do what you want. It's your body. It's your life. It's your money. It's your mindset. It's your concept of reality. But don't be mad when niggas don't want a naked bitch. Don't be mad when a nigga want you in a relationship to do something. But sit on your ass and look pretty. You're pretty to any nigga that tries to talk to you. Whether he just wants to fuck or whether he wants you for something better than that. He still thinks you're attractive to a point. Why take that and run with it? Why not build on top of that, especially if you want something in return from your relationship or any relationship, situationship, relationship, friendship? You should be reciprocating any kind of energy you get. The reason why I say it's women's fault, and I'm not one to blame women, I am an accountable man. The reason why I say it's women's fault is because women have started telling other women, oh, if he wanted to do it, he would. No, if he knows what he's doing, he would do it. Not if he wanted to do it, he would. Because women have this window of ick that came out of nowhere. I don't know where women came up with this ick thing, but now we're up against the ropes with the life that we already have to live. Men don't live their life for women. We live in symbiosis. Men need women, women need men. There are roles on both sides of people's personality and gender. People hate that. That makes sense. God made men the breadwinners. You go out and get the bread. He made women the bakers. They stay home and make the bread. Like, I go out and get the bread. You stay home and make the bread. So if you don't want to make bread no more, guess who's not eating? Oh, people would say, oh, the nigga not eating. Neither of us are eating. What are you talking about? Neither of us are eating because you're in my house not making the bread that I went to go get. What man is going to want that woman in their house? None of them. None of them. And it's not a matter of, oh, gender roles, this and that. No, be fucking useful. Think about this. There's less, and I hate this statistic. There's less divorce. Man, let me sit down for this one, bro. And it bothers me so much because I have no inclinations of changing teams at all, whatsoever. But you telling me that niggas, men, who are dating other men, have better relationships than both other forms of relationship. That's the part that pisses me off about that statistic, is because you telling me that the proof is literally in the pudding that men are the cultivators of a relationship, because two niggas getting together lasts longer than a man and a woman and a woman and a woman. Women and women, lesbian couples have the highest rate of incompletion. Regular heterosexual relationships have the second place. Men and men have the strongest core relationship ever. You want to know why? Because men, like I said earlier, men don't have the luxury of not doing what we're supposed to do in our lives. Men who don't have a purpose are men who don't want to do anything. Because as a man, if you have no outward purpose, your own purpose is to be your best self. Now, that's where I get into this. Women have came up with this discrepancy of the fact that men doing things to strengthen themselves alone is misogynistic. So now we can't win if I go to the gym for myself. But women argue the same thing. I don't wear makeup for men. I wear makeup to make me feel better about myself. Cool. Cool. We know that. We know that. We know y'all don't wear makeup for men because men don't give a fuckity about makeup. That's why we want to take y'all swimming. We want to take y'all to the beach. So when you, oh no, I'm not getting in the water. Alright. Oh no, I can't get my hair wet. Alright. we taking notes on that. Oh, you're not finna. Alright, bet. Then you're gonna be wondering why he's not talking to you because you're not being your true authentic self. When you were 6, running around your parents' house, you was not worried about makeup and how you looked. Along the way, you came across a trauma that made you feel a little bit insecure. Men have the same things. Men have the same things. You lose a bitch to a swole nigga, you want to be in the gym for the rest of your life. It's just how it goes. But men, we have this thing where if we're not good enough for a bitch, we gonna keep it stepping. We gonna keep it stepping. There's only 2 types of men: a man who gonna get what he wants by being himself, or a man that's gonna have to convince you of what he has to offer because he don't have it. And that's why I'm not an advocate for this whole, oh, what was the post I seen? Dude said it was from, and it was weird video coming. He was advocating for women's side of the perspective. Is don't you hate it when you gotta ignore a nigga just to get a little bit of attention? Let me say something about that. If you have to retract your energy from somebody to get more in return, that means that they don't value your energy. Period. Period. There's no argument to that, bro. If I have to vacate the premises for you to acknowledge that I'm gone, you didn't care for my presence in the first place. Why don't women get that? It's because women are romanticizing shit. It's all in a fantasy in their mind. Oh, this man's gonna fall head over heels for me because I don't offer him anything. Hear me out. Scenario number one. This man's gonna fall for me even though I don't know him. I haven't done anything beneficial to his life whatsoever. I think my presence is the greatest gift that any man can ever have. So I need him to complete a criteria of things in order for me to reciprocate that. In any situation, what man wants to be in that position? None. Not one man. Reason why? We already have to live our lives like that. I have to wake up every day and think about how to get a bag. I already have a bag, and I still have to think how to get a bag. Why? Because this bag might not satisfy the woman that I want. Why is that? Why does that matter? You were able to stabilize yourself and pay your bills and live a fruitful life. Well, the girl I want don't want that. The girl I want wants trips to Bali every month, Bora Bora every holiday, Cancun every weekend, and brunch every Sunday. That's 46 grand a year, regardless of if we actually do them. That's an extra 50 grand I have to make a year to satisfy her needs, which she can satisfy on her own by being just a woman. And me as a man who makes money, I'm husband material. I have never been in the comfort of convincing a woman that I'm good enough for her to wed. Because that's me. I don't care for these situationships, relationships, boyfriend, girlfriend shit. I want a wife. If I don't see wife tendencies, and that's the problem with women nowadays, and this is all going to be about women, I ain't going to lie, because men, we do the same thing with or without women. We have to. There's no there's no babysitting daycare for niggas who aren't chasing a better life. There isn't. You either at your mom's house or you on the street, bro. And on the street meaning like you either homeless or you with your homies on the street, like selling drugs, doing all that shit, scraping. There's no in between for men. Women, on the other hand, have the luxury of doing anything that society wants because of where they put themselves. But where they put themselves in society has removed them from the wants and needs of a man. Why? Because y'all want and need everything that y'all can not only supply for yourselves, but if you contributed any of those wants and needs to a relationship, to a man who's trying to give you a better life or a sustainable life, for the two of you, then you wouldn't even need to do as much as you think you would. But for me to have to convince you that I can give you a better life than you're not even trying to give to yourself is absolutely ludicrous. And those are two different types of men. Because the men that you have to ignore to get attention from don't want you. And I don't understand what women don't get about that. We all literally play the same game. I don't play these games because I ain't got time for it. I know what I have to offer. I can change a bitch's life in 3 days. I can change a bitch's life with just dick. That's why I don't be fucking bitches. Because I'm not about to change your perspective on what pleasure feels like just because I want to bust a nut. No, I can do that in the bathroom by myself. Candisha left Annika. I don't even need no bitch to please myself. But I know the concept of what I want in my life, and I want a wife. Simple as that. Women, I don't think they want husbands anymore. That's why you're dealing with the situations that you're dealing with. Two things women can do differently. Stop taking niggas seriously who ain't showing you what the fuck is up. That's my favorite one. I've been holding that in for months because women blame us all the time for their bad decisions and men. But if you think about it, and this is the craziest part, women are advocates for dating good men. It's shocking to them. When they get a good man, they don't know what the fuck to do with themselves because he's not doing anything to you. He doesn't want anything from you but your own success and progression. And that throws women off. Why? Because y'all used to not doing shit and getting everything that you want. A healthy nigga, a good nigga that's righteous for you, is going to want you to use minimal effort to get what you want. And if you can show us in your head that you can establish a plan for getting something that you want from yourself in your life, we are going to take the rest of it over. Simple as that. I got a shorty who wants me, and she tries to convince me that she cares about me in her subtle, indirect ways. Compliments, talking about stuff that I like, talk about stuff that I do, hobbies and shit like that. But hear me out. You don't do any of that for yourself. Not saying you have to, but for a man who's I'm an entrepreneur. I have two businesses boiling. I have one already established, and I trade. I day trade for myself, so I work for myself. All the way around, I work for myself. And it blows my mind that that don't work no more. It used to be women want a man who's doing something with their life, uh, planning for their future, working for their future, successful future. That don't work no more. Because now women have the option of sitting on their ass, spreading their legs, and taking mystique pictures and getting paid a, a bag. A bag, my nigga. Like, God did make me a woman for a reason. Because living through these times, as a bitch, with high libido, and God would have been on me. God would have been on me. If I was a woman, God would have been on me, yo. God would have been on me. And when I say on me, God would have been on me. Ari, don't you touch that, Nick. Don't you do that shit. Don't you go to that club. Don't you go to brunch with me. Go. Nigga, who the fuck? I'm going to, you, you finna, you finna pay me for, I can go on your boat for the free. I would have showed women a whole different side of Monopoly because I would charge niggas for presents, nigga. Because if I was a woman, I would still have the same character traits that I have now. I'd be transparent, comfortable, good vibes, positive vibes. I get down a little bit sometimes, but I keep that to myself. I be out getting lit, turning up, having fun, showing people love, just uplift this shit. And I know women like that in the world, and they get anything that they want. They get anything that they want. They be trying to pay. There's the bitches that be trying to pay, and they don't. Put your wallet away, girl. Get on the boat, bro. Unhook that shit though first before you come on the boat. Bring them bottles from your cup, type shit. Like you don't have to, bro. So I know I be on niggas' boats. I be in penthouses, not giving up nothing. Not giving up nothing. And that's the problem with women. Their energy receptors and reciprocations don't make sense to what they want in life. You're very self-centered, you're very secluded, and you think that you're gonna go out one night and meet a dude who's gonna sweep you off your feet and do everything for you for the rest of your days. First of all, that don't even make no sense. That don't even make no sense. The ideals of what marriage is are real. Those haven't ever changed. Those haven't ever changed. One came from the Bible. I don't think people were getting married before the Bible. Personally, I don't think niggas was getting married before the Bible because the Bible is where it specifies, you're supposed to have one wife. You're supposed to have one wife, and you shouldn't remarry. So where in this, what day is it actually? I thought it is Thursday. I thought it was Friday. God. It's not a congruent process anymore, bro. Men have to convince women that we are men and that we want to cater to them. But then women assume shit and they'll live off of it. They will live off of it. And I think that's really the problem there. A man that you have to ignore to get his attention don't want you. He wants something from you. That's why you have to ignore him to get his attention. I feel like that would make sense. No? No, that don't make no sense. It do make sense. If we and you chilling in my room, right? And I roll up a joint, right? And I spark that bitch up, right? And I get halfway through that joint. Not even say halfway through. And I start smoking that joint, right? And I never pass. Let me show y'all my room real quick. Y'all see over here? That's fine. I got a bed. I got a chair. The chair has an ottoman. I got a bench right here. Let's say I'm sitting on the bench, middle of the room, right? Oh, maybe I should. Sitting on the bench, middle of the room, right? Let's say I'm rolling up, twisting up, doing my thing, blah, 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 blah. I spark that bitch. There's a girl sitting here. There's a girl sitting on the edge of my bed. If I just started smoking that joint and never passed it, how long would it take for a woman to ask, are you going to pass that? Or can I hit that? Or let me hit that? They won't do it. Unless she has the progressive mindset. I want something. I'm going to establish my atmosphere to getting it. That's how women flirt, bro. Even if you just say, damn, I ain't smoking a minute. That's also like, but see, on the flip side, a man should be like, oh, shit, my bad, you want to hit this? You should still give your chivalry back. I'm not here to convince you of anything. This is supposed to be a call and response thing. If there's no call, there should be no response. So if you have to ignore a nigga, and this is why it bothers me so much, is because the post was very adamant about it. Why do women have to ignore? Girls hate when they. It's a good thing I know who posted it. Damn, the niggas in each other's mouth. Niggas in each other's mouth, bro. Yo, this is how I be kissing my dick, bro. This is why I don't just date anybody, bro, because I be in it. I be in it. Whatever is innable in my woman, I'm getting it. What a post that. 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 That's what I'm looking for. Oh, change your name from Lemon. Cool. Too much. Wow. Okay. Let's see what the post said. Did she take her story down? I'm gonna let the whole thing play out because
I know girls hate when they gotta purposely ignore a guy just for a guy to start giving them some goddamn effort. Why anytime you deal with somebody, bro, it's like you gotta play this game of like, let me do less shit so you can do more shit. Like, motherfucker, are we gonna talk or what? Are we gonna be serious or not? That push and pull is just draining, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you should be able to talk to somebody from day one and y'all establish your intentions and y'all just vibe, y'all connect, y'all build from there. Then you just say smooth. If y'all fall off, y'all just fall off. But why I gotta apply for it? You don't apply for it. Then I gotta stop applying for it to get some effort back from you. But by that time, I don't even want to apply effort anymore. It's like, bro, that's too much, bro. Ladies, I know y'all be tired. And ladies, I know y'all know by now, us fellas do be coming back. We might be playing a couple games, we might be bullshit, we might be acting nonchalant, but baby, we gonna chalant again. we gonna test you again. We gonna call again. We gonna come back in your life any way goddamn possible. But that's the thing. Sometimes we be like, why do we gotta do that though? Why can't we just act regular from the beginning? let's cut the bullshit. I know girls hate when they gotta purposely ignore a guy.
and I hear what he's saying. Trust me, I hear what he's saying. But the thing is, it happens on both sides of the fence. The reason why is people have this lack of appreciation for shit that they don't deserve. Most people, I'm not gonna separate sexes no more. Most people don't deserve a good partner. It's really that simple because you're not a good part. You're not a good person to a relationship yourself. You have these traumas, you have these problems that you go through, and I think this is one of them. This 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 detachment style talking phase. I gotta stop talking to you so you miss me and then come and give me effort. What does that sound like? That sounds like you begging for attention. Oh, I'm not gonna say nothing to him because if he want to talk to me, he would talk to me. So you don't want to talk to me? That's what you're telling me? I now have to be the bigger person in every instance, which I already have to do prior to a relationship. And this is why this happens to y'all women because y'all don't give nothing for us to want up front. So serious. I'm so serious. I have not met a woman who I wanted intentionally and she gave me something that I was missing up front. Appreciation. Uh Fucking little compliments. It don't even matter. It could be anything that shows that you are compassionate towards the person that is showing you that they want you. I'm not a talker, I'm a shower. But the reason why I blame women for this is because women have this, and I'm gonna go back to romanticizing. It's a fantasy that they come up with that. Oh, I'm gonna give him two responses, and I want him to take me out. How am I gonna do that? How am I gonna do that? I don't know nothing about you. I don't know where you're from. I don't know what you do. I don't know who you be around. I don't even know where you live because you're not reciprocating a conversation. That's why I fully stand by and I will die on this hill that we need to go back to organizing this process of relationships. First, we need to be friends. Simple. Simple. We need to be friends. No intentions at all. And I think that's where women get fucked up at. Is y'all see something on the outside. Men do the same shit. Men do the same shit. Men do it worse because we do it with ourselves. Women might have it a little bit more convincing because you have friends that you'll do it with. I'm not gonna have a crush and go tell my homie about her every single day. Why? That's gonna keep planting more shit on top of the shit that's already going on in my head about her. I want to take her out. I want to take her to all these countries. I want to explore her. I want to give her this life that I'm planning to live for myself. This lavish, freeing, bag getting lifestyle. But if I meet a bitch and she's not reciprocating my energy, even just a little bit, that's what y'all misunderstand. Is y'all think y'all gotta give up money or pussy off rip to a nigga that's showing you that he wants you. No. But you can decipher those two, and that's where y'all fuck up. Y'all don't decipher it. Y'all look at the nigga and see he's 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 handsome, he's gorgeous. Oh, look at his body. Oh, he probably has a bunch of money. Y'all come up with shit for the nigga in your head. I think that's what the ick is. I really think that's what the ick is. Now that I'm talking about it, y'all assume a man is going to be a certain type of man based off of no evidence whatsoever. And then when he does something remotely against the knight in shining armor that you've placed him in your head, you get this ick because you're like, I wasn't expecting him to do that. Why? He's never shown you that he wouldn't do that. But women will jump the gun. They'll see a handsome nigga with a nice car with some bust downs on, with his hair looking good, and then they find out he lived with his mama. Nothing wrong with living with your moms, but you expected him to have his own crib because you saw a handsome dude dressed well with a lavish assets. What happens to you? You take that and you run with it. Oh girl, I just met this dude, bro. He pulled up in an M4 Sport comp with the wing and the carbon inlets and interior gold. Blah, 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 blah. He got the stars on the roof. He had on the bust down rollie with the 38, 50,000 carat chain on. 2 weeks later, your homegirl asked, "Oh, what happened to Buddy with the chain?" Oh, he lived with his mama. I couldn't. You would have known that if you were a normal person and you wanted to friend this person first. That's why, and I don't know why it's popped up in my head. I think that's why people think men and women can't be friends. Because women will have these unrealistic expectations from a man who's giving you all the evidence of the life that he lives. And even if a nigga lie, a nigga can only lie for so long about his lifestyle. I can't lie about my lifestyle. I'm not the richest dude in the world, but I make enough money to live and do things that I want to do right now. Until one of these two businesses start booming, I'm doing good right now. I have the capacity to take women and do things that we want to do together. Every month? No. But we could do shit that we want to do together. And I have to tiptoe into that because a woman will have 9 different dudes trying to show her a life that she's not lived and nor ever lived. But they won't help her try to be the type of woman to deserve it. They'll just, oh, here's the keys to the land, go get the groceries type shit, or here, go get your nails done, or here's 30 grand, go to the mall, go shop, blah, 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 blah. Does that feel better than, babe, I just came up on 15 bands, let's flip this to 30 and let's go to the mall together. I give you 15, I take 15, we go to the mall together, get whatever we want. You can decipher these types of men by being their friend. Men have to do it too. I don't want a girl who I can't be friends with first. If you're trying to rush me into a relationship just so we have a title, or you're trying to rush me into a marriage just so we have something solid, that's not where solidarity comes from. That's not where stability, that's not where the foundation comes from. First of all, I'm a God-fearing man. So have to, you have to believe in Jesus Christ at the minimum. At the very minimum, you have to believe and pray to Jesus Christ. If you don't, I ain't gonna say you're a bad person. I'm gonna just say I'm not gonna feel comfortable being with a woman like that. But these are things you learn from your person while you're getting to know them. There's a whole step in which I realize women don't acknowledge, and it's the getting to know the nigga part. They go straight. It's like when you get a job, and in the interview of the job, you ask them what are the benefits of the company. You're allowed to do that. You're allowed to know what the job that you are about to start working 60, 40, 55 hours a week is going to give you back. You can do the same thing with your man. Ask your man, what can you do for me if we were to get into a relationship? But you know where you ask these questions from? Friendship. You ask them from friendship, not in the caking stage that you go to get to. Because in that, if you skip the friendship stage, you have to compartmentalize a bunch of shit that you don't like. You have to compartmentalize a bunch of shit that you don't like because you already think this is where I want to go. Relationship town. You skip cake town. You skip friendship bill. So you think you're supposed to be here with this person, and you're walking through these two towns to get to relationship town, and you are having to ignore the things that he's doing on the way because you already have envisioned yourself in a relationship. And then when he does it in the relationship, you're shocked and bewildered. Oh my god, he flirted with the girl at the mall when I wasn't there. Well, you weren't his friend. You don't know who he is. You know who you think you want him to be. Let me say that again. You know who you think you want him to be, not who he's showing you he is. Who you think you want him to be, not who he wants to be, not who you want him to be, who you think he wants to be. And I say that because I've had women tell me, oh, well, I thought you wanted to do this. And I have always come back with, where did you get that evidence from? Where did you come to the conclusion that I wanted to do this when I have not shown you in any fashion whatsoever that is my trajectory for any of my plans at all? That was when I started to learn these women just come up with stuff in their head. They come up with stuff and then they live it. They try to live it like it works. First of all, manifestation don't work that quick unless you locked in. And when I say locked in, you know who I'm talking about. If you know, you know. One of them things. And then when something happens in a relationship, women be completely dumbfounded. Oh, all niggas do is just lie. Oh, I didn't know I was gonna fuck nigga. Oh, I didn't know he was that. Oh, he gave me a dick. Oh, he did this. I never thought he would do this. How long were you talking before he was in a relationship with me? It's always the question I ask because you can talk to a nigga for 3 months and he can lie. 3 months and he can lie about everything that he do. But that's gonna be the nigga that you have to beg for attention because he's keeping you at a distance where the illusion looks real. Where if I bring you to my section, it's gonna be at a club. It's not gonna be at my house. Where if I'm showing you attention, it's gonna be at the mall. It's not gonna be at my house. It's not gonna be in the area of where I live. Because if anybody see me, hey yo T man, you got you a new wheel, you got you some new wheels and a new whip, a new bitch. Not a girl in the passenger seat like, new whip. Oh, so you just got this whip, but you told me you had this whip for. So when a woman has to beg, when anybody has to beg for attention from somebody, they don't want you. That's why I don't beg for attention. The most I will do is consistently compliment a woman. Reason why? Women are beautiful. Women are the most beautiful specimen on the planet next to cars and cats. Cars is women, cars, cats. Cats fluctuates. It could tie for women, it could tie for cars, it could sit in third place where it's meant to be. But women, cars, cats. I said cars through my whole train of thought. I have I have car ADD, man, I swear. And that's why men take so long to initiate certain solid. Men take so long to make things official because we gotta wade you out. We gotta wade you out, and we gotta put you in different scenarios in which we feel comfortable with your reaction. I bring you around the homeboys. That's test number one. Women fail. Women fail, men fail too. Because you bring a nigga around your bitches and your bitches is anywhere fine as you, trust me, he's finna start choosing. And then you're gonna be mad that he chose your best friend. And it's like, well, you brought me around your best friends and didn't know that I was a hoe. You didn't take the time to know that I was a hoe. You can't be mad at me. You can't be mad at me. You just wanted the lavish. You wanted me to take you to the movies. You wanted me to take you to the mall, take you shopping. You wanted all this frivolous shit, but you did not take any of your time to get to know the man that you want these things from. Now you're in a relationship. You go to one little brunch with your homegirls, and your man decided to pull up because shit, he's off. He had the car. He wanted to take you. And then 2 weeks later, you find he's fucking your best friend because you didn't know he was a hoe. You didn't take the time to indulge in what you're probably gonna spend the rest of your life. Let me get to that. Because quite frankly, that's where I think the disconnect comes from is you got men in the world who crave a life with a woman, who curates peace. And then you got men who want that, but don't know how to attain it, meaning they're unhealthy on the inside. They don't know how to, if not attain, secure that, which is okay. Keep yourself out of the dating pool or keep your intentions as cutthroat as possible. That's what I do. If I even get the inkling that a girl just want to fuck, I bring that shit up. Because I'm not going to sit here and show you husband me when you just want nighttime me. You know what I mean? You didn't end up, and then happens to men too. But men happens on the flip side quieter because niggas know how women are. Niggas know the game better than everybody. Women think that they're playing it better, but niggas just don't respond to it. Niggas know everything that y'all be doing. We just don't want to think about it. And if we don't think about it enough, we forget about the thought. It's a thing. Some men will be shocked. If you ever seen a man get really shocked or react outlandish to something for 10 to 15 seconds and then go quiet and calm, he knew it was going to happen. He saw it coming at a point, forgot about it, remembered in the moment. I see it happen all the time. Niggas be irate. Bro, you not gonna believe what the fuck she did to me, bro. Dog, I'm on the way here, bro. She called me. I hear a nigga in the background, and then he'll just, man, I don't even want to talk about that shit, bro. Because you know, if you keep talking about it, you gonna remember that moment when you was like, she might be a choosy bitch, bro. I might have me a choosy bitch, dog. Man, and niggas acknowledge it the most. I've had so many conversations with dudes that I don't even know, and they will all say to me, "I should have seen the signs, bro. I seen it back when we was talking, but you seen it back when y'all was talking. Then how the hell did y'all get 2 years into a relationship if you saw this coming? Because you skipped a crucial part of being friends." And this is why I say men and women can 110% be friends because I have mad female friends that I don't want nothing to do with relationship wise. Not a single. I don't even want to give them advice. I don't even want to give them any tips on niggas, bro. Because my friends know me. I snitch. I won't say snitch. I spill the tea. That's the only phrase I like using. I spill the tea. I give a woman any advice she need to know on how a man is thinking. Why? Because I know 110% you either ignored it the first time you saw it or you skipped the whole step. That's why you don't fuck when you first meet a bitch that you want to be with because now y'all done skipped to marriage. It's literally there's literally levels to this shit. Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, the most. Every single thing that we go through every day has those 4 layers to it. Finance was placed by the devil. Finances was placed by the devil to desecrate that order of things because now I can convince a woman to let me fuck by how much equity I have. A woman can now convince a man to fuck by how much equity he has. Like it's them 4 things, bro. I was supposed to hit this before I put it down. These topics, bro. These topics get me going, bro. I can't be mad at a woman who never cooks for me. She could never cook for me one time in our friendship. She could never cook for me one time in our caking stage. She could never cook one time for me in our relationship. And I can't get mad at her if she never cooks for me when we're married. But that's not the process anymore. The process is I see something I like. I want to get at her. Niggas don't even think about how they want to get at her before they walk up. But when they walk up, now you're in it. And if she carries the atmosphere into sex, man gonna follow. Now y'all both fucked up because now y'all both gonna have an emotional tie to someone that you have no idea who they are. You don't know what their mama look like. You don't know what their daddy look like. You don't know if their grandparents is alive. You don't know if they got any nephews. You don't know if they got any cousins. You don't know if they got any siblings. You don't know nothing. You don't know nothing. You just know that she's fine and you want to talk to her. Some niggas know that she fine and they want to fuck. I like the men that go straight for the kill. You just want to have sex? Cool. That should be how you approach a woman if you just want to have sex. I came over here because you look physically appealing and I want to experience that. That'll let a bitch know physically appealing. He wants to experience my physical appearance. Cool. However you slice that shit. Oh, you look good, fine shit. I'm looking at that ass and I want to see how I jiggle. Whatever the nigga's saying, bro. 9 times out of 10, a woman knows exactly what a man wants from that first interaction. How y'all get so far into the game with this delusional mind about a man when he's never shown you any of that prior confuses me that y'all blame us for that. If I don't see a woman cooking, I'm not gonna expect her to just start cooking. If I don't watch a bitch clean, I'm not gonna expect her to just start cleaning. If she never smoked a joint with me in my space, I'm never gonna be like, babe, you wanna hit this? But women will be with a nigga for years and be so confused when he leaves because y'all had a kid. Has the man ever talked about a family? Is he around his family? Do you see him with any of his cousins, nieces, nephews? Do you see him interact with kids in public? Do you hear him talk about kids? When y'all see a kid fall or something, what is his reaction to it? Does he chuckle before he says, oh, I wonder if he's all right, and changes the subject? Does he get up and try to aid the kid? Does he look at the kid with concern? Does he wonder if the kid is okay? No, you've never gotten any of that energy from your man whatsoever, but you're going to have a baby with him. You're going to have a baby with him. You're going to let him nut in you and have that baby. And the wildest thing is I heard from any woman ever is, I'm going to have this baby so that he might come around now that he has a kid. Now that he has a family he's got to take care of, he might come around and, you know, buckle up, strap up the boots and get, his life together. And there's one thing I know about niggas, period. Men, period. The male species, period. If he's not talking about it at the minimum, if he's not talking about it at the minimum, talking about it, if you don't get real about it, he's not going to do it. He's not going to do it. He's not going to do it. It's not on his mind to do it. That's why I kind of agree with if a man wanted to, he would, but at the same time, I don't know what you like. So you have to tell me what you like in order to get it. Especially because feminists are, why did you bring me these flowers? How'd you know they were my favorite flowers? Well, I just picked up some flowers. First thing in your head is going to be, what other bitch you know like lilacs? Like, what other bitch you dated like daisies or whatever the case may be? Like, bro, we can't do nothing now. We really can't do nothing now. I get canceled for this whole spiel, bro. Because they either say he knows too much, he's sassy, like whatever the case may be. But the thing at it is I blame both sides of the fence because men are also on this whole men and women can't be friends. I'm really serious about that though because everybody is avoiding that section of relationships, friendships, and you gotta think about it. It's trickling into everything. Friendships aren't lasting now. Friendships falling apart. Friendships getting heated on both sides of that term. Heated sexually and heated just morally because people are starting to look at people like we really can't be friends. I haven't talked to none of my female friends in almost a year, maybe 2 years. They have niggas. The niggas have met me. We don't talk. I don't want none of my female friends. None. That's two nuns, bro. Cause y'all know what nair means. We don't want none of them tree nuns. We don't want. It's a church chapel in this bit now, bro. We got nuns all around, cause we don't want none of them. And it's not because of who they. It's not because of. It's not because of what I. It's not because of. Dang, how do I put this next part? Cause this is gonna be the critical part. This is gonna be the critical part. It's because I know them. That's it. That's it. It's because I know them. And that's why I wholeheartedly believe you have to be friends first. Because my female friends are cool as fuck. Cool as fuck. Cool as fuck. And when I say cool as fuck, I mean to the point where it's not uh, emotionally uncomfortable. Like, the only one I got still, she just don't stay in the city no more, is mine. My homegirl Monica. We I can't use Monica as an example. Oh man. But no, I can't use Monica as an example. We wouldn't be in a relationship. Mainly because we've never talked about it. But at the same time, our friendship has never even like lashed in any of those directions because she probably isn't attracted to the type of man that I am in the relationships that I've brought up to her, and vice versa. I can vouch for that. I'm not attracted to the woman that she portrays herself to be in relationships that she's talked to me about. That's the same case in most of the situations. But I've known that about the rest of them. Monica was a special case. I know that about the rest of them because we were friends first. We were friends first, and while you're friends is when you start to look at people and be like, that's how you live your life? Just without the judgment of a title. We're not boyfriend and girlfriend. We're not caking. There's no obligation for you to me. We're just friends. Granted, some of those friendships are from high school, but even still, niggas in high school was throwing dingaling and bitches was throwing boom boom left and right in high school. And to be friends through that and to grow up into adults, it carries on. We're friends in high school. I see how you live your life. That should be the first thing that you do with a person that you were even remotely attracted to, let alone somebody you just meet. Because you meet people every day. You go to the gas station, you have to talk to the cashier, you met him. You went to Publix, you met the cashier. And I say these things frivolously because those are the type of people that people go after. A nigga see a cute cashier, he gonna be at the cash register, caking up, trying to talk to her. But if you skip friendship and go straight to the caking, which is the path to the next two cities of relationship, caking city, in relationship, well, no, relationship city and marriage town, whatever we want to call it, bro. The progression of a relationship depends on how the friendship goes. And relationships don't have to be obligated as a romantic one. Because what are you business partners? That's a relationship. What's you two's relationship or a business partner? Oh, okay. Y'all have to be friends. You go to school, you have to be friends with your teacher. If you're not besties, I'm not saying you don't know everything about each other, but you know him, you've met him, y'all have a relationship. Somebody asks in public what's a relationship. Oh, that's my teacher. Oh, so y'all cool? Yeah, I guess so. Y'all are outside of school together. Y'all are cool. Y'all are friends. You and your teacher are friends if you hang out outside of school. But it, it blows my mind though, because you gotta ignore somebody to get their attention. Quite frankly, that goes into yourself, and that's how you why you gotta be friends. Because if I'm gonna talk to a girl at all, it has to be as friends, so I learn who they are as a person. I'm not thinking romantically in that stage because I can't. Personally, I can't. I can't think past our friendship if we're not friends or interacting as friends. If we can't hang out, if we can't go karting, go to a hibachi spot and go home, maybe not talk for a couple days. Like people jump straight into stuff because they're rushing something, and that's why you get caught up in certain places. Because when you want something so bad and you're already looking ahead, some people aren't good at the process part, and they will ignore shit. Like I said, you'll compartmentalize things that you should be paying a fucking attention to because every time a nigga want to chill with you, it's got to be at his house. He's trying to fuck, or he's trying to love bomb you. Because what I know some niggas will do is they'll invite you over to the house and they'll live with their parents and their siblings, and now you have to meet his mom, his dad, or her mom, her dad, their siblings, cousins if they decided to pull up today. Like this one girl I dated, I met half of, I'd say a good third of her family in one day. I met her mom, her dad, her aunt, her uncle, her two cousins, and um two two of her uncles. One of their other uncles is there just chilling. Pool party. So not only did I get to meet the whole fam, I got to see the whole fam in their skibbies on the first. And it has nothing to do with what I experienced. This is the fact that it happened on the first time I went out with her. We went somewhere that she invited me to the crib. I pull up, whole fam's there, and it wasn't a problem. I'm not saying this is a problem, but these are the types of things that you have to pay attention to. Me and her didn't become boyfriend and girlfriend until 4 years later because as a man with morals and a man of God, I have to see certain things before those gates open up to let you in to even my intentions because a good percentage of the population of women want a high status man. I don't tell every woman that I'm a business owner, that I'm an entrepreneur, that I make my own money. I don't do that. They gonna see it if they watch my stream and after I post the clip, but I don't do that. Reason why? Intentions. If she's not a transparent person, I'm gonna have to find out in 40 years that she just wanted my bajillion dollars. Divorce me for half. I choke a bitch. I digress. I don't put my hands on women. But if you take half of my fortune, honestly, you take half of my fortune, I don't care. People make such a big fuss about that. I don't care. I've been broke, having a bunch of money. It's not gonna destroy my life. It's not gonna destroy my life if a woman divorce me and take half of my stuff. It's not gonna destroy my life. It's half, bro. It's half. Personally, I feel like if you started from nothing, half of empire, that's a lot of land. Like I'm a trip over losing $30 billion. Okay. I'm gonna trip over losing $30 billion when I have $30 billion left. You're tripping. Even if I had $1 million, the fact that I got to a million means I had to start from below. So if I have $1 million, she take 500,000 and leave me with 500,000. Guess who about to have another mill in 6 months, a year, 2 years? This nigga, the nigga that got it the first time. But anyway, those are still things that you need to know about your mans before you get with him because you might need that for your life. Your family might never have seen an M. Your family might never have seen 100,000. And you find a dude who wants you and good for your family who's running up a bag. you can be straight with him or you cannot. That's really what it boils down to is transparency. Transparency is what's lacking because niggas don't really know or women know what they want anymore. And that's what's getting lost in translation is the fact that people don't have their intentions in mind when they meet people. They don't have intentions for themselves when they meet with themselves at the end of the night when they lay their head in their bed. So you meet somebody that you want now to be a part of and established in your life in whatever manner you want. And really, if it's a woman, the best form is intimacy because you get to be intimate. So you get to knock out, and people don't think about stuff like this on a regular basis, and you can see it happening because people get in these relationships and they don't like their partner. You don't like your boyfriend, you don't like your girlfriend, you don't like their family, you don't like anything that they stand for, but you're with them. Why? Because you've already pictured your head in this section of relationship and you haven't got there yet. So you're not satisfied with it. If you don't leave that man, you don't leave that bitch. And you'll find this piece of information funny. It's very possible to just fuck. You will have to deal with some emotions to the caliber of emotions you water. So it's funny to me how certain men will go after shorty's besties, right? Those are probably the most scotch clean situationships that you can have because the only reason that your bestie is fucking your mans is because they find each other just attractive and they see each other a lot. He's not locking in with her, she's not locking in with him. Y'all just brought them around each other and they seen that, damn, she got a fine best friend. The odds of me getting you to fuck your best friend is slimmer than me just fucking your best friend and not telling nobody about it. And girls think the same thing. Girls that will fuck your man will think first, she not the type of bitch that I could be like, we should fuck your man together and get a friendship after it. So it's easier to just fuck your man without telling you. Because it probably only happened, the intention is to happen once because you just want to get it out your system so you're not so giddy around this other person. But then you find out that she got that bomb. She got that bomb, 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 and he got that thing. He got that hammer on him. And now when it was just a, yeah, her friend fine. Now it's, yeah, I'm about to go out to the car and roll up for a little bit. I might go to the gas station and get me some extra blunts because I don't think I got any more. Your girl, oh, you want me to come with you? Nah, it's gonna take me a little bit. I can chill. I can chill. I can chill. Those are setups. Those are easy setups because the bestie could be like, oh, I need to go get so and so and so and so. I'm gonna go with da 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 da, and they'll play it quick. They'll play it quick. I've seen it before. I've seen it happen at parties and at niggas' houses, bro. The nigga go outside, and there's little stances and shit that a nigga will do to let a bitch know that he's feeling a little feely. You know what I'm saying? And she will. Whew, I've seen it, bro. Nigga go outside, get his car in outside for 5 minutes, 5 whole minutes. Don't say nothing to nobody. Out of nowhere, you'll see your bestie get up off the couch. Oh shit, maybe I can catch so and so. I gotta go to the gas station too and grab some. Bitch, if you don't sit yo, cause you know they ain't going to no gas station. They might go to the gas station because your nigga might be smart and be like, I need to go get blunts so it look like we actually went to the gas station. They're not just gonna walk back inside, his hand in his pants, rubbing his dick. He's not, bruh. I'm sorry if any niggas is watching. Y'all are victims of me spilling tea, but that's the problem is nobody out here spilling tea for these women, bro. Nobody out here spilling tea for these women, and then they blame it. My whole problem with the situation is we are being blamed for their lack of accountability, which is okay. That that is separate than being blamed for their bad decision.
I can handle the lack of accountability. Whatever. Whatever. I don't need to hear you be accountable. I need to see you be accountable. So you can never be accountable verbally with me. And if you show me that you're accountable for it by the next time you don't leave your panties on the bathroom counter type shit or whatever the case may be because I said it, like, hey, why you got your shit on the game? Oh shit, I was in a rush. You justifying it, whatever. But if I never see your panties on the counter again, I'm gonna be cool. um, yeah, like I just don't see it. You know what I'm saying? I just don't see it as realistic that men have to chase after women who's not reciprocating energy. 85% of the time, the reason why a good man, will stop talking to a woman is because he's not getting reciprocated at all. When I say at all, I mean at all. I like talking to people. I like just, hell, that shit was funny as fuck. Oh, yo, that picture pretty as fuck. Oh, damn, you slayed your hair today. I just like talking to people. I'm just a transparent person. I like to be out so that people know what they're dealing with. And even that gets lost in translation because women think compliments mean that that a person wants you, which is why I know nobody read their Bible. First of all, nobody read their Bible, and second of all, nobody spoke to their grandparents growing up because courting is the word of endearment. Courting means I'm showing you that I want to establish something with you. If you don't see courting in your DMs, if you don't hear courting in the food court, he don't want you long term. And the process of you getting him from not courting you up front into a relationship is you trying to convince him and yourself that y'all want a relationship together. If you have to do any convincing whatsoever, leave. I am not in the business of convincing a woman to be with me. Because if she could be convinced to be with me, she could be convinced to leave me. That's not what I'm looking for. So if I have to go and, oh, I could cook, if I gotta do that, I'm not. You're gonna start to see less and less genuine me because I've already told you everything I can do now. The only thing is I just have to show you. And if you're not giving me the space or the atmosphere to do those things, then this isn't gonna work. This isn't gonna work because now I'm just saying it to you. You won't come over my house. You won't invite me over your house. I can't cook at Chipotle and show you that I can cook. I can't go to Benihana's and be like, man, let me get the knives, bro. Let me cook some shit up for you. I can't do that at Benihana or the hibachi spot. So you on both sides of the fence, my only and best advice is open up the atmosphere for people to be themselves. Whether you're friends on the caking journey to Relationshipville or Marriage Town, curate your space so that people be themselves and you can see it right up front. Because at this point in my life, I know when a woman just wants to fuck me. I know when a woman wants me to give them certain energy. I know when a woman is giving me certain energy because it's something she wants in return, or if she's just that type of person. I've deciphered all these things because as a kid, I used to think nice women were flirting. As a kid, not as an adolescent. High school, I knew that shit was dead. As a kid, I thought when nice women were flirting. As as an adult in college, I thought being nice was an intro to a friendship. None of that. It's all atmospheric. It's all aura, bro. I hate using that word now, but it's all aura. If you come around me and you can just be yourself because I'm chilling, that's gonna go a lot further than most people are because they're acting like they're supposed to be this perception. Personally, I don't care about people's perception of me. I don't really care anymore about what people think about me because I know that my outward expression of myself is working because I've had people defend me in my place. And I've had people experience me in and then defend me in another person's story. I even have had people leave my presence because they can't handle the type of atmosphere that I lay out. It's perfectly fine with me. I don't care because at the end of the day, I gotta work on me every day. I'm not working on the group of us every day. I gotta work on me every day. And that's how I can tell if a relationship is going bad. And I'm gonna drop some personal tea. If your girl come around me and start yapping, I mean your girl, like your established girl come around me and start yapping about y'all relationship, I usually don't listen because she's trying to indirectly, even niggas will. It used to happen at tAlkiNg all the time. Oh, my girl, da 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 da. She always take the car and she don't be doing this and da 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 da. And I'd be like, what you just said and slipped in there had nothing to do with your tire. Sir, sign here so I can get your keys and get the car in the shop because you're not about to sit here and Dr. Phil me at my job. Sorry, bro. You're not. Women do the same thing. Women would do the same thing. Oh, my husband, he always does this. He just doesn't answer his phone when I need him the most. And I'd be like, that was indirect. Please sign here so I can get out of your face because you're trying to spill your day to me. I am not your therapist. I am your mechanic. I am your service salesman. Sign here, give me the keys, go sit down. And that's just the atmosphere that I laid, and people think that I have the answers to them. I probably do, but the thing is most people aren't prepared for my answer. I told one of my homegirls, leave that nigga. She stopped talking to me for that. Only for nothing to get better until she left that nigga. She still don't talk to me. I don't really care, but I just it's everybody's fault. I gotta leave in 4 minutes. It's everybody's fault. It's everybody's fault. It's niggas' fault for not having the goal and the willpower, nor the mind to figure themselves out until they get heartbroken. And it's women's fault for setting the men and yourselves up for heartbreak. Because the fall down for that is actually opposite. Women go internal when they get hurt. Men go external when they get hurt. No matter what kind of guy you are. I'm an introvert over an extrovert. And I still go out when I'm hurt. And I'll hurt myself. I don't let nobody hurt me anymore. I 9 times out of 10 see it coming. But I stick through shit because if I don't finish it, I'm not gonna get my closure. I learned that about myself because women don't give closure. They don't care for that. Their closure is their decision to do whatever it was that they did. That's why women will be like, "Oh, I only cheated on him. I only cheated on you because you aren't there." Like, wait, what? You did something vile because I did something traumatizing. Wow. I have a trauma I have to get over, and your reciprocation to that is cheating on me. All right, all right. That's unhealth on both sides of the fence. You know what I mean? I'll see all that shit coming and hurt myself. But my point is, it's everybody's fault because I blame whoever came up with the whole men and women can't be friends thing. Because now we're skipping a whole section of relationships that we need in order to cooperate with any person on the planet. Any person on the planet. And if you're a child of God, you understand where I'm coming from. Because in order for us to spread our testimony, I don't have to be laying in bed with you in order for me to tell you my testimony in my life and where I've come from and what I've done and my experiences. I don't have to go balls deep in your girlfriend in order for that to happen, or a single. It doesn't have to happen like that. But people skip the whole. We can just enjoy people's company part of life at this point, and I think it's because of taxes. Sorry to jump from that section to this section, but I think it's because of taxes. Because of how much shit costs nowadays, bro. There's no everything has to be intentional for people that work because it's like I go to work 40 to 60 hours, 35 to 25 to 60 hours a week, whether you part time, full time career, part time, full time salary, and you want to go out somewhere that costs money for fun? Nah, bro. We gotta either be fucking about to fuck, dating to fuck, or married for us to just go have fun when I got a house with a rent and utilities and food and a bed and TV and video games and whatever the case may be. And that's where we're getting lost in translation at. We needed this. We needed this spiel for a long time. It just took something out of me that a girl who I was. We've run out of time. It is 3:20. I have to leave my abode. I may or may not stream later on. It is Thursday. It is Thursday. So we may stream tonight, but I just wanna. Should I touch on that real quick? I want to touch on that real quick because not even gonna lie, I don't even remember. So, we're gonna call it. We're gonna call it and go out the street. Go do what I'm supposed to do.